Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about how to integrate just about any tool, technology, or framework into the Nx CLI. Before we get started though, I want to give a brief background on myself. I'm Devin Shoemaker, a software engineer at Ionic working on the cloud team, and I frequently do full stack development on the Appflow platform. I'm also the developer of the Nxtend Ionic and Capacitor community plugins for Nx. I'm very passionate about open source technology, and if you'd like to learn more, then you can follow me on Twitter or check out my website. The Nx CLI is an amazing tool that abstracts away the different technologies that your app is using under the hood. No need to remember the commands and flags to run end-to-end tests. You just simply run Nx E2E and let the CLI do the rest. But what if your team wants to use a tool that isn't directly supported and has no community plugin available? Take TestCafe, for example, for running end-to-end tests. You could cd into your application's directory and run the commands manually, but this is less convenient and less intuitive than simply running Nx E2E. However, Narwhal has developed a clever solution for this. First, let me break down exactly what executors are. Executors allow you to perform actions on your code, such as building, serving, linting, testing, and more. They are a major part of how the Nx CLI feels like such a unified experience across frameworks and technologies. That being said, executors are simply TypeScript functions that live within an Nx plugin, and anyone can develop one to fit their needs. However, this might be a lot of overhead if you just need to execute a simple shell command or two, and that is where the run commands executor comes in handy. The run commands executor is an underrated utility that can be used to make any tool, technology, or framework feel like a first-class citizen. With a simple update to your workspace.json, you can execute one or more shell commands directly from the Nx CLI. You can choose whether to run these commands in parallel or sequentially, and also what directory you'd like to execute them from. Finally, you can configure the executor to pass additional arguments from the Nx CLI directly into those shell commands. Now let's take a quick look at a demo I've prepared to demonstrate using this executor with TestCafe. Now, if you've never looked at your workspace.json before, it may be a little overwhelming, but once you break it down, it's not so bad. The workspace.json is essentially a blueprint for how the Nx CLI can work with your monorepo. Here you can see a list of projects. First, we have my main application, as well as the end-to-end tests associated with it. Under an application, you also have a list of targets. These are the Nx commands that can be run, also known as executors. If we take a look at this diff, you'll see that the E2E target was originally configured with the Cypress executor, and since then I've changed it to use the Narwhal workspace run commands executor, and I've also updated the options accordingly. Now, when the E2E target is ran, instead of running Cypress, it will run this command, npx testcafe, using the Chrome browser, and will execute the tests under this directory. I've also changed the working directory for where this command is executed to start under the end-to-end test folder. Now I've added this very simple TestCafe test for demonstration purposes. And when I run the E2E target, you'll see that my TestCafe test is executed and passes. Since this executor runs shell commands, it can be used for a variety of things outside of typical JavaScript and TypeScript development. For instance, if your team wanted to move a Go project into an Nx workspace, then you could utilize this executor to make it feel at home within your monorepo. The run commands executor also supports caching like all the other Nx commands, so you can take advantage of distributed caching and Nx Cloud if you'd like. In fact, this executor is what has helped make developing the Capacitor plugin that I've made possible. If you didn't know, Nx stands for Narwhal Extensions. Extensibility is core to the product, and features like this prove that. I hope this talk has inspired you to use Nx in new and unique ways that may not fit the out-of-the-box experience. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Nx talk.